I'm not sure why, but the last stream I was having some internet issues, so it kind of cut off after like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna try this again. Let's see. The gift that we delivered to the mayor for the queen is... Those crooks are not gonna get away with this. Since they didn't jimmy the door either. They must have decrypted the combination and opened it for... Did they really craft the combination? It's not impossible, but I imagine it'd be difficult for anyone besides a skilled pro. My guess is they figured out the combination using a much simpler means. What do you mean by simpler means? Well, let's see. They could have, for example, dusted the buttons with a special powder. A powder that would have been absorptive properties and due to its fineness would have been invisible to the naked eye. However, if a blue light was placed over it, it would glow. Alright, and... Now let's imagine for a minute the mayor entered the combination with a powder prism. The powder on the buttons would stick to his fingers and come off. There would be one way to know which buttons were pressed. But wait a minute, don't they still need to know the order in which the buttons were pressed? Not exactly the case. As the powder collected on the fingers increased, the amount taken from the buttons would decrease. In other words, the crooks could press the buttons in order starting from the least luminescent. It might be a little more difficult if they were duplicate numbers, but the crooks should be able to make a pretty good guess as to what they are. That makes sense. Joshua, are you a genius or something? That's just basic knowledge. Anyway, let's check the buttons. Just as I thought, powder was used. There was no doubt in my mind the safe was opened using the method I just explained. Alright, now the big question is who dusted the buttons with that powder? We know it would have been at least someone who visited the residence. Now figuring out who that is going to be the tricky part. Okay, so I think the important things here... Look, there's some marks on the railing. Right, and they're fresh too. Looks like some metal dug into the wood. I'm actually not sure how much I need to collect. It's just like the mayor to have a ton of difficult books like this. Looks like he got some valuable antique books here as well. The criminals either had no idea about the value of the books, or... Huh? What's this? Do you think it's strange for a leaf to be in a place like this? On top of that, it's not a type that grows around here. You're sharp, Estelle. It's a place where the residents were locked up. It's probably dropped by one of the criminals as they were locking everyone up. So it's a key piece of material evidence, right? I had such a scare. I was cleaning up the attic when suddenly a bunch of masked men came barging in. Masked men, huh? It means this wasn't a one-man job. How many people were in the group? I'd probably guess 3 or 4. That reminds me, one of them was short. Not even a bit of girl. Are you alright, ma'am? Yes, I'm fine. The intruders weren't violent towards us. Is there anything you notice in particular about the intruders? They're wearing masks, so I wouldn't be able to tell you about specific features. That reminds me, I'm certain the front door was locked. I locked it just to be safe since my husband had gone to the chapel and there was just the 2 of us here. I wonder how in the world they got in. Okay, so we now check the door. They said the door was locked for the time of the burglary, right? Doesn't look like the lock's been broken either. It means they got in another way. And the mayor run me through all the details. How about you two? Did you find everything? Alright, let's check the details one by one and see what you've come up with. First off, what were the criminals after? Let's step them in the safe. How many of them were there? There were 3 or 4. Where did they get into the house? From the terrace on the 2nd floor. Point blank, what is the portrait of those that thought have committed the crime? A traveler who visited recently. Oh, you did a good job investigating. It looks like we'll be able to identify who the criminals are with this information. Mayor Klaus, over the past 2 or 3 days, have you seen any new faces in your study? When you put it that way, I guess there's been a number of people. The reporter from the magazine company was one. Oh, those 2 came to visit you too, huh? But by the time of the crime, they were with us at Asmara's Tower. I think we can cross them with the list of suspects. I see, so Mayor Klaus, were there any others? Other than that, there was only Josette. But let's not kid ourselves here. Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretch for her to be our thief. After all, she's a student at the Royal Academy. Criminals aren't always dressed, they can be easily spotted. As for a school uniform, if someone put their mind to it, they could create a replica. But I'm telling you, she was a really nice girl. She was modest and courteous. Right, Joshua? Sorry to say this, I completely disagree. Huh? During that time, when the mayor was putting the septum in the safe, the girl's eyes lit up like a hunter's eyeing her prey. Of course, since I had no conclusive evidence, I couldn't call her out on it. But at least to me, she didn't look like any ordinary student. You must be joking. Unbelievable. At any rate, it looks like we're going to have to ask this girl a few questions. You wouldn't happen to know where she is, would you? If I remember right, she should be staying at the hotel. She said something about taking off for relent sometime today. Well, looks like we're gonna have to hurry then. Estelle, Joshua, let's try the hotel first. Right. Understood. Okay, so first things first. Let's do this again. I'm gonna keep this saved just here. Right there. So first things first, we have to head to the hotel. Estelle, Joshua, and even Sherazard. Is something the matter? Do you remember a girl named Josette? She's a student from the Royal Academy who should be staying here. Oh, of course I remember her, but she checked out just a moment ago. Shoot, we're a minute too late. Let's hurry to the landing port. We might be able to catch her there. She really seemed like a bad girl. Please excuse the delay. The airliner should be arriving any time now, so please be patient. Yo, Alan. It's us if you haven't noticed. Oh, it's you guys. Oh, and Sherazard too. Thank you, Adios, for the Feast of the Eyes. So, what's up? You didn't by chance happen to see a girl in a school uniform around here, did you? A girl in a school uniform? A school uniform from where? From the Genis Royal Academy. Oh, baby, those uniforms are so hot. Contrast to those nearly pleated white skirts and navy blue socks. Oh, yes, I can see them now. Totally forget what the boys' uniforms look like, though. There's one obsession I just don't get. Thus defineth man's eternal struggle. Back on topic here. So you didn't see a girl in the Royal Academy uniform? Nope, not this month, and believe me, I watch for those. I check all the passengers boarding and disembarking, so I can tell you at least she hasn't come here. Which means she came to relent along the roads without using an airliner. This complicates things. Our search field suddenly got much bigger. Come to think of it, there must be others. So they got to be hiding somewhere. Wait, that reminds me. What does, Estelle? Estelle pulls out the Savelis leaf found in the attic. I almost forgot we found this. Could this be some sort of clue? Alright, we did find that. Jared, do you know any places nearby where Severus trees grow? Severus trees, huh? I'm pretty certain they grow in the Mistwald south of Relent. Mistwald, that's the forest in the opposite direction of home from this Relent, right? Seems it's worth looking into. That settles it. Let's hit up the highway through Relent's south branch. You're really excited, aren't you? Well, whatever it is, good luck. Alright. Wait up! You're running like a crazy lunatic. You could just walk at a time like this. Maybe I should think about cutting back on those blasted cigarettes. What are you two up to? You kids again? Actually, we gotta get to Bose ASAP. But the airliner's not even here yet. I know. That's why we're heading there on foot. That'll take some time, but it's not a distance we can't cover by ourselves. Well, don't wear yourself out too badly. By the way, are you after a scoop or something? Yeah, and the mother all scoops too. No time to talk. We gotta make it there today. I wonder if Niall's gonna be alright. See you later, Estelle, Joshua. Well, aren't they a lively pair? Friend of yours? Those are the reporters from one of the jobs Dad asked us to take over. I wonder what's going on. Okay, just to make sure, before we head out, because I believe Mistwald is going to be the end of this chapter. So there's no more jobs on the job board for us. Damn it, I'm paying attention to the map. I'm not looking what's on the typing on screen. Whatever, these fights aren't that bad.
Oh, are we done already?
But this is Mistwald, huh? Can you tell us anything, Cher? Someone came through here, alright. From what I can see, a number of people passed through here not long ago. Witch and Mira were on the right track. How can you be so sure? Because tracking fugitives is an essential skill for bracers. Hey, let's check the woods. Be sure to keep your voices low. Roger that. Understood. Okay. Damn it, I was kind of hoping to avoid that. What sucks about these guys is they can actually poison. Nothing else is going to really hurt us, but if we get poisoned, we're going to lose big chunks of health, because I think it's percentage-based. Okay, and then the other thing that kind of sucks about this area, I'm going to do my best to navigate it. We gotta take care of you first. And of course we miss. Lord have mercy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we are going to use our crafts and hurricane this area. I get all three? No, it's too far away. Yeah, so we lose about 10% of health every tick of poison. Okay, let's see if I can remember my way around here. It kind of sucks because dungeons don't really have a map to look at, so it's kind of easy to get lost in these areas. Actually, we found it. Never mind. That was too easy. And to think it was something exquisite as this fell into my hands with almost no effort. Until Don and Kyle hear about this. You surprised me, that's for sure. The way you pulled off that act wearing that school uniform was simply astounding. Just what you expect from the mademoiselle of an ex-aristocratic family. Yeah, but what's in the past is in the past. It certainly doesn't hurt that the outfit I can deceive almost anyone. That gullible mayor and dib-witted bracer girl. Idiots, the whole lot of them. What was that? Calm down, let's see what else they have to say. Fine, but I'm not happy about this. Yeah, and that girl seemed pretty tough. I mean, she took care of all those monsters that appear in the mine. The mine? Oh, so you're the one who screwed up their job. If you had just done it like you were supposed to, I wouldn't have had to put the monkey show on to get this thing. My apologies. I forget it. All is well that ends well. Anyway, those kids being braces were an absolute joke. Especially the brainless bimbo. She honestly believed we could be friends. What a freaking moron. I had to try so hard to keep from laughing. What's so funny? It's you guys. Yep, it's the brainless bimbo and our absolute joke of a bracer partner. And this probably won't come as a surprise, but we're gonna beat you up now. What, bracers? How did they find... They did a fine job stealing the Receptium from the mayor's residence, but it looks like you were a little careless in the end. In accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are hereby under arrest and charged with breaking and entering, vandalism, and burglary. It'd be in your best interest not to resist. Well, I'm sure Estelle is hoping you will. This doesn't look good. What are we gonna do, Josette? How about you quit getting your boots for starters? The bracers are nothing more than a ragtag group of kids. Next time, we show them the real strength of the Kapua family. What are you calling kids, you brat? I've had it up to here, and I'm gonna do something about it right now. Hey, that's my line. Alright, boys. Get him.
You're finished.
Goodbye.
That's it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
I still remember the first time I did this, because this is the first boss fight of the game, and it kicked my ass. So it's kind of nice to come back and just do that. How in the world? You had enough yet? That's what you get for taking bracers lightly. I'll be taking this back if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Recovered the septium crystal. Hey, that septium belongs to me. No, not to you. To the people who were led, that's who. The sheer nerve you have to say something like that is astounding. Now that we got the crystal back, how about we move on to confession time? That's an interesting name you mentioned. The Kapua family, was it? In my big mouth. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So you want to be a tough egg to crack, do you? I don't mind at all. In fact, I like them that way. What in the world are you trying to do? It's a dangerous thing to be swinging around like that. Well, if you can't answer with your mouth, then maybe your body can answer instead. But don't worry, I'll be extra gentle. Get away from me, you crazy witch! I think Cher is enjoying this. Let's just sit back and enjoy the show. Look out, Cher. Orbital gun? You alright, Cher? I'm fine, forget about me. Look at that. An airship? Looks like the tables are turning in our favor now, aren't they? Are you okay, Josette? Kyle, you're late. Where have you been? Never mind, just hurry up and give us a hand. No can do. Our push in the Roulette region has been put on hold. Something big came up in the Bose region while you were away. What's that supposed to mean? I don't have time to explain. Hurry and on or I'll have to leave you behind. Crap. Just where do you think you're going? We'll pick this up another day. Don't think you've won either. Payback's gonna be a beast. She wasn't expecting anything like that to come out of the woodwork. It looks like they caught herself off guard. This isn't a laughing matter. Right now I'm so frustrated I don't even know what to think. Well, on the bright side, we did get the septium crystal back. Switching gears, that group sure looked to me like a bunch of sky bandits. Yeah, they certainly seem to have that variety. It sounds like they made the Bose region their base of operations as well. I certainly wouldn't have expected a group like that to travel all this way to a rural place like Orlent. I couldn't care less if they're sky bandits or brigands. The next time I see that scruffy lying jerk of a tomboy, I'm gonna thwack bam kapow her. What's thwack bam kapow supposed to mean? Thus, the septium crystal stolen from the mayor's residence was safely recovered. After returning to the mayor, Estelle and the others returned to the guild to report the details of the incident. So it looks like you had a rough day. I never thought that sky bandits would appear. I don't blame you for letting them escape. No, this time it was my fault. I should have been more careful. I'm really far from being in the same league as Cassius. It's not your fault, Cher. I let my emotions get the best of me and I was careless as well. No, you guys did a great job. Your on-site investigation of the mayor's residence was flawless, too. Don't you think you should recommend them, Ina? Yes, I was thinking the same thing as well. Recommend? What do you mean? Hold your horses. First comes the payment for a job well done. This is for you both. Take this as well. This is... As of now, you are both junior bracers, in other words, bracers in training. In order to become senior bracers, you need to receive recommendations from all the regional branches in the kingdom. This is your recommendation from the Roulette branch. Is it really okay for us to have this? I heard that in order to become a full-fledged bracer, you need to achieve something fairly noteworthy. In light of the jobs performed in your father's stead and your great showing here, your achievements are sufficient. However, those achievements are only for your work here in Roulette. You'll need to receive recommendations from the other regional branches after achieving success there as well. Bose, Rouen, Zeus, and finally Grancel. You still got a long road ahead of you. Even so, I'm really happy. It was worth all the hard work. Now we've come this far. Do you think we should visit the other regions too, Joshua? I figured you'd say as much. I agree with you, but you can't decide this all by yourselves. You discuss it with Dad when he gets home. Right. Oh? That's the telephone, right? Hello, this is the Bracer Guild Roulette branch in Liberal Kingdom. It's been a while since we last talked, hasn't it? I see. Are you sure? It's terrible. I wonder if something happened. It looks that way to me. Yes, that's right. He left on business the other day. What? I apologize, but this is a little difficult to believe. Understood. I'll pass the news on to his family. They'll be fine. They're bracers too. Yes, and if you hear anything else, please let me know. What's wrong, Ina? It's unusual for you to be so surprised like that. Who is calling? The Bose branch. Something terrible has happened. The airliner Lin has disappeared over the Bose region. What? Oh, how is that possible? I don't know any of the details, but the Royal Army is currently conducting a wide-scale search. Due to this event, all the flights have been postponed. That explains the backup at the landing port. And? Ina? Estelle, Joshua, please brace yourselves. Your father, Cassius, was aboard the airliner which went missing. What? Impossible. There's gotta be some kind of mistake. His name was on the passenger list. Liberal Bracer Branch, Relent Branch, Senior Bracer, Cassius Bright, 45. Okay. So the airship liner went down, and our father is missing. Great start to an adventure. Estelle, are you in there? Joshua, dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roast basil chicken and onion soup with gratin. It sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you two go on ahead and eat? Alright, I'll make sure to come down before your food gets cold. The Wheel of Fortune card, again. Something really is going on. Let's see what it is. Where's Estelle? She said to go ahead and eat without her. She didn't seem to have an appetite. I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would. So surprised she didn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father. I agree. So what do you think about all this, Cher? Is it an accident or an incident? To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is. Whatever it is your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is an airliner, along with your father, has gone missing. In other words, what you're trying to say is that things shouldn't have happened, right? Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support to bear Estelle up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out. Man, it sure smells good down here. Can't stand it any longer. What? Estelle, are you okay? I'm so hungry, I was gonna pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit. Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua. Oh, thanks. Come on, Cher, don't just sit there too. Don't you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? Pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose about 20 years old in there. Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old too? Sharon, what do you think you're doing? Sorry, Estelle. I'm gonna have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room? You didn't come down after Joshua called you for supper. Huh? Alright, I was looking for some extra underwear. I'm gonna have a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of one of the drawers. Underwear? Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figure as long as we're prepared, we have nothing to worry about. So what you're saying is you intend to head to Bose to find your father? Well, duh, that's a no-brainer. Well, I can't imagine anything bad happened to him despite his horrible luck. Waiting around doesn't suit me, so I'm gonna go check things out for myself. You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but... You're so rude, Joshua. But you're coming along too, right? Of course. However, it looks like that all the airliner flights have been cancelled until the Army finishes their search. It seems the only way into Bose is on foot. Off to Bose, huh? Wonder how long that's gonna take. For a bracer on foot, if they hurry, they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well. Really? You'll come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs? Hey, I trained under your father, right? Do you honestly think I'd just sit here? Something could have happened to the person I owe so much to? I'm going to talk to Aina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member. Shara. I really appreciate this, Shara. You really shouldn't be thanking me. Just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Oh well, since Shara's coming along for the ride, I do feel a bit more confident. I appreciate you coming with us. Myself as well. But let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I need to explain the situation to Aina. Chapter 1. Disappearance of the Lin. I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Scheherazade taking off after Cassius, we're gonna be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything. I really appreciate this, Aina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. You should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? Don't worry, if things get too hectic, I'll ask for help from the Grand Cell branch. By the way, Scheherazade, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk to you about the job you were going to do. Sure, no problem. Stell, Joshua, can I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute. Understood. Shara, if we're going to be waiting, do you mind if we did it in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself. Got it. Come on, Joshua. Sure. Septian Calendar 1075, erected in partnership with the royal family, Septon Church in Roland City. Septon Calendar 1192, destroyed during the 100-Day Wars when Roland was bombarded by the Erebonian Imperial Army. Septon Calendar 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Every time I see this clock tower, I always think, he sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. I sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this. Estelle? Joshua? What do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shara shows up? You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind. Okay, come on. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey, look, Joshua, we can see our house from here. You're right, I can see the roof. But do you want to tell me what's going on since you've always avoided coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place. I like this place, but I can't just casually come up here, because this is the place where my mom died. What? 10 years ago, during the war, when the Imperial Army surrounded Roselent, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try to get the citizens to surrender. This is the time when Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free, after the war ended, this place had been rebuilt. I've avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I felt I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her. Estelle. But today is okay, right? Relying on her just this once? Asking her to bring Dad home safely? Asking her to protect him? Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue, just like your mother did for you. And you can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too. Joshua, I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side as I am now. You need a shoulder to cry on. You always got mine, so... Huh? Joshua, you're trying too hard. You shouldn't say things like that so lightly. What do you mean? If I were any other girl, I would totally misinterpreted your intention just now. You're seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future. I'm already starting to get worried. Excuse me for trying to be nice. You can be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you. Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now. I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was totally worth looking like a complete fool. But you were unbelievable. Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Cher is waiting for us. You're probably right. I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. So I can become strong and protect others, just like you. So please watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again. The two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a bit of hot just thinking about it. What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us? Give me some credit, will you? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbital camera to get a shot of that view. Come on. What are you trying to say, Shara? It's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kind of like a habit of hugging everyone after you had your third bottle of wine. Let's not get into that. What's the sigh? You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Or whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there? Yeah. I even asked her to watch over Dad. I see. I guess it looks like you're all set. You know Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed. I think you may be giving her a little too much credit. Not to mention, you've met Estelle's mother before, right, Cher? Yeah, when I was a child. I was still at the troupe at the time. A troupe? Yeah, a troupe is in a traveling circus. Cher was a dancer. But that was a long time ago. She first met when she came to Relent with the circus. 12 years ago to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. Because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head out for Bose? With the airliner flights cancelled, we have to take our way to Bose on the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we need to make our way to the Vert Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region. The Vert Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road. So they're all set then, so let's go. Okay, before I do that, always important to check our board, just in case there's any last-minute jobs, which there are. I'm looking for someone to deliver a personal letter to a colleague of mine in Bose. Please come to the Relent Chapel for details. We also have another one of the liberal news. Breaking story, disappearance of the Lynn, gone without a trace, where could it be? Yesterday afternoon, the airliner Lynn vanished over the East Bose airspace while en route to Relent. An exhaustive overnight search conducted by the Royal Army yielded no clues to its whereabouts, leaving all parties baffled. In response to the incident, the Army has declared all airline flights cancelled until further notice. Fate of the Lynn passengers unknown. The Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation reports that 17 were aboard the Lynn at the time of its departure, including both passengers and crew. Family members of the missing persons are understandably concerned but remain hopeful. Probability of accident is low, says experts. Essential factor Chief Murdoch claims our orbital engines are sturdy and reliable. The chance of an engine failure is virtually nil. They do not believe an accident to have occurred. Rumors and theories abound. Was it a conspiracy perpetrated by the Royal Army and a covert mercenary force comprised of Jaegers? Perhaps it was a plot to kidnap the passengers and hold them for ransom. Some even suggested the Limb came under attack by a last living ancient dragon. No matter what anyone may have heard, it's all just speculation at this point, as no real evidence has been found. The Royal Army is investigating a possible connection between the incident and recent burglaries in Bose, but thus far no information of any such connection has been released. In fact, no information has been released at all due to the Army regulations prohibiting the dissemination of intelligence to the general public. A policy I wish we'd sure like to see repealed. Society, Crystal Stone, and Daring Robbery. A group of unknown individuals recently broke into Relent's mayor's house to steal a septium crystal, which was left in the possession of the local bracers, came to the rescues to manage to recover the stolen items. The criminals are still at large. Thankfully, no harm has come to the mayor or his family during the incident. We deeply regret that the criminals escaped, says the Relent Bracer representative, but please know that we of the Bracer Guild did everything in our power to apprehend, and we will continue to the pursuit for however long it may take. Culture, touring ancient sites. The Relent region of Esmelis Tower. The Esmelis Tower lies in a few hundred cells to the north of Relent City along the Magna Trail. Its turquoise green visage is only landmark used for is the only real landmark for as far as the eye can see. Counting as one of the 4 tetrastylic towers, its purpose is still shrouded in mystery to this day. This exciting location is as old as Orbital itself, and modern research utilizing the latest orbital technology is expected to answer a few questions about the eerie structure while posing still others. Alright. So before we head out, we have a couple things we need to do. First... Well, good morning, everyone. Are you going to journey somewhere? Yeah, just over to Bose. Is that so? In that case, could I ask a favor of you? I just wanted to send Father Holstein a letter, but the airlines are grounded. So how about it? Can I get you to deliver this letter while you're there in Bose? Yes, sure, we'll do it. Shouldn't be a problem since the letter's not that big to begin with. I really appreciate this. Alright, here you are. So all we have to do is give this letter to Father Holstein in Bose, right? Yes, the chapel's on the east side of Bose City, so it should be fairly easy to locate. Traveling around other regions and broadening your knowledge is food for the mind. I pray the goddess will guide you on your journey. Alright, so there's like one more thing we have to do, but it's gonna be in the direction we're going anyway. Believe... Where are you at? Since joining the army, this is the first time I've ever been so busy in my life. No time for fishing or reading books. I just bought this book, but I guess I'll give it to you. The chief would be livid if he caught me with it. Cornelia, Chapter 2. Okay. Here is... Okay, I think I know where the other one's at. So go ahead and read them. Hello there, Toby. You've come at just the right time. Greeting me with those words, Mitch shuffled slightly in his seat behind the counter. The big confection he had been eating, ever so carefully placed on top of his lap to prevent it from falling onto the floor. He smacked both of his powdered sugar-covered hands together with a clap, and a powder of white particles puffed into the air. The smell of the sweet spices and baked apple pervaded the dimly lit shop. We had an item drop off no more than a few moments ago, he continued. Turning in his seat, Mitch reached back and snatched up something wrapped in old magazine paper from the shelf and tossed it to me. Knowing full well I wouldn't get any sort of answer, I just asked anyway. What do we have this time? Think of my railway and airship tickets. Mitch ignored my question and said, make sure this gets to the same place as always, in a slow drawl. He added, it'd be in your best interest to keep your involvement to a minimum by leaving the business side of things to me, focusing solely on getting the job done, Toby. He leaned back in his chair and let out a deep sigh, the balls of his finger kneading the bags under his eyes, and once again his large hand extended down toward the untended cake resting on his leg. Before the sweet treat began to reaching his watering mouth, I had already made my way out the door of his tiny shop. As I walked, the waste paper bundled package bounced around inside the folds of my bag. By the feel of its shape and weight, as it beat steadily against my side, I concluded that the object in my possession was probably just more swag. It didn't make me nervous not to know what was inside what I was carrying, for I had done this kind of job many times before. But no matter what kind of trouble I found myself wrapped up in, I always somehow managed to come out unscathed. In truth, my experience on the job had made me tough. I'd become well versed in the arts of orbital magic, so it was when I laid eyes on a rough-looking trio at the station, I felt no more knots of uneasiness in the pit of my stomach than was necessary for someone of my abilities. The platform for the train bound for Liberal was a bustle of passengers awaiting its eventual arrival. Seeing the benches were so crammed full of people that they could have very well have been a tin of packed sardines, I resigned myself to standing near the entrance as I patiently waited for the train to come in. Twisting my body in order to move the bag to my other shoulder, I noticed a figure of two men. Heads bent together, conversing in an audible tone, they stood up just beyond the ticket gate, right about where the horse head of the Imperial emblem lay embedded in the ground as a grand mosaic of tiles. After a short interim, another man approached and joined the conversation. From my perspective, this was one ragtag group I most certainly could not have given a passing grade based on looks. All three were extremely well built and sported the same haircut. To put it mildly, they stuck out of the crowd like a bunch of sore thumbs. Making sure to avoid eye contact with them as they glanced in my direction, I slung my bag back up into my shoulder. Ever so calmly reached my hand into my pocket and ran the tips of my fingers across the surface of my ornament. A woman's voice reverberated within the walls of the station, notifying the passengers the train had arrived. The low rumble of the orbital engine could be felt in the distance after a few moments. The large vehicle was seen rolling up on the shoulder. I muttered to myself, all is well. The sound of my voice was drowned out by the din of massive machine. Brakes screeched and a flash of black light reflected off the surface of the giant iron beast as it came sliding across the rails. The immense vibrations in the air emanating from the moving locomotive at its epicenter let me know that the orbital engine had been put in full reverse in order to decelerate and bring the train to a grinding halt. While being shoved to and fro the ways of the impatient travelers flooding out the waiting area, I swept towards one door of the passenger car. As we passed the conductor, I caught another glimpse of the ticket gate. The men who were once there were now gone, and the only thing that remained was a profile of the horse made by glossy tiles staring back at me in the shade of deep crimson. Alright. We're gonna continue trying to track those down to the best of my ability. I'm gonna try. It's one of those things that's like, well, if it's in Estelle and Joshua too, if you miss it, you miss it, which kind of sucks. Hello, Mr. Ashton. And this is Sherazade, if I remember correctly. Good afternoon, sir. We'd like to cross over the Bose region, so we were wondering if we were getting a pass. Let me guess, it has something to do with the Lin, doesn't it? Yeah. Estelle explains that Cassius was aboard the missing airliner. Goodness, Cassius was aboard? This is major. I'll issue you a pass right away. Thank you, sir. But is it alright if you issue us a pass just like that? What are you talking about? I know you kids by face. And as a member of the Royal Army, I should do my best to cooperate with the Bracer Guild. Oh, but one other thing. Huh? Be careful if you have any errands at the Hawken Gate north of here. You might want to hide your identities as racers there. What do you mean? I'm sorry, I can't say any more about the matter. But if you intend to investigate the incident, please do so with discretion. I pray to Adios for Cassius' safe return. Hello there. Are you headed for Bose? We are, but how'd you know we weren't just visiting again? A number of people like yourselves have been passing through lately. Exponentially more than usual. It's because the flights have been suspended in the airspace over Bose? That's exactly what happened. I wouldn't believe how busy this place is because of it. The Royal Army is responsible for all the restricted flights, so you're really not in a position to complain. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Oh, and another thing. Traffic through the checkpoint is also being regulated. If you want to go through here, you have to get a pass from the Chief Warrant Officer next door. Oh, well, we already got one. Well, aren't you guys prepared? Okay, then how about I open the gate for you? Switch open the gate by remote control. Alright, you're clear to go on through. Once you cross over, you won't be able to come back unless you get a pass on the other side. Be aware that before you, please be aware of that before you cross. Got it. Okay, so this is basically the point of no return of Relent. If we had anything else that we didn't have to do, we'd lose the opportunity to come back and do it. So, kind of sucks. But actually, I think there's also. What do we have here this time? Bracers traveling the roads on foot is a bit of a hassle, isn't it? Well, be careful out there. Okay, so I'm trying to remember here. So there's a couple paths north that we don't want to go to just yet. actually kind of forget there's a lot of stuff for us to do here. Okay, yeah, Bose is kind of a bigger chapter. Okay, Nebel Valley, which we don't need to do right now. It's headed this way. Well, if it isn't Scheherazade, how have you been? Fine. Haven't seen you in a while either. What have you been up to? As you can see, I'm doing an escort job. I'm sure you've heard about all the airliners being grounded after the Lynn incident, right? Because of that, we have to move all this cargo by the Royal City by ground transport. I see. Well, your efforts are appreciated. So how about yourself? What are you doing with these youngsters? Don't tell me you're looking into the incident. That's the plan. Why? You know something we should be aware of? Well, I think it would be best if you spoke with Legrand over at the Beauce region. Anyway, I gotta get going. Catch you later. First Mr. Ashton and now him. Everyone keeps hinting at something, but no one will just come out and say it. I wonder what's up. There's a good reason for him. We'll probably find our answers at the Beauce region. Agreed. If we do as he suggests and ask Legrand about it, we might get a clue as to what's going on. Anyway, let's go. That's one of the things I actually like about this game. Obviously we have our main character, which is Estelle and Joshua, but at the same time, the rest of the world is still going on as we go through our journey. There's other bracers doing jobs. There's other characters doing their own thing. Like, it actually kind of feels like a lived-in, breathed-in world. And if I really wanted to, I could show it off by, there's actually, like, even little stories in the prologue. At certain points, the different characters will have different things to say, and will actually develop. It's quite interesting to watch. Okay, so that's Haken Gate. We don't need to go that way. We need to go to Beauce. Finally made it here. This is the commercial city of Beauce, which sits at the heart of the Beauce region. Wow, this definitely looks like a city. Of all the 5 major cities in Liberal, this one comes next after the Royal City. Compared to Relent, the buildings are made of stone and seem a lot bigger. Does anyone have an idea what that huge building is over there? It's the Beauce Market. It's an indoor marketplace made up of various shops. Food, clothing, sundry goods, furniture, books, and so on. Pretty much buy everything here with the exception of weapons and ornaments. Sounds surprising that we'd call this place a commercial city. I really wish this trip could have been for shopping. Maybe some other time. Let's first stop by the guild and find out what's been going on regarding the incident. Oh, alright. So you know the Bracer Guild is just right over there. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna go to the church, because we do have that one. Oh, hey, it's the mayor. Please, this is my one and only chance. Again. Okay, I got ahead of myself, but yeah, she is the mayor of Beauce region. Excuse me. You're Father Holstein, right? Oh, indeed I am. How may I help you? This is for you. It's a letter from Father Divine of Relent. Is this for me? Thank you very much for delivering this. However, a letter from Father Divine can only mean... Yes, he's come with a new formula. Huh? A new formula for what? Don't tell me you didn't know. Father Divine is a master of medicine, known throughout Liberal for his skills in the healing arts. In fact, he's well known for this even back when he was at Grand Cell Cathedral. Oh, really? Even after he took up his new post as Father Relent, he has continued his research without fail. And he's even discovered an effective medicine. He shares his knowledge with the rest of us. Bracers only use the medicine created by Father Divine on a daily basis, so in a way we're being supported in our works from behind the scenes. I had no idea. It'd be nice if he had at least mentioned it to us. But it's like him. It's just like him not to, since he never talks about himself. Ain't that the truth? Father Divine is very strict with himself. Whether he admonishes someone, he is always admonishing himself as well. This is one attitude I think all young children these days should learn. That'd be a bit difficult for me to learn at this ripe age. Yeah, or whatever. Well, how about we just try to work hard without overreaching ourselves? I appreciate you coming all this way to Relent to deliver this letter today. Oh, adios, goddess of the firmament. Please protect these souls as you guide them in their daily lives. So, like, I was saying, I think these two characters, you see them in Relent. So, like I said, as you go around the world, you'll start seeing the same, like, NPCs around. Because, like I said, they got their own stories going on. I've always liked that about this series. I don't think I gotta buy anything. I already have the best equipment in the game. First up is the guild and find out about the ongoing situation. The boss is in the north block. Okay. There are some, like, hidden side quests that aren't really shown, and one of them is the tower. So I do want to see that at some point. Let's see here. One of these shops might have something I want, though. We can get some new Stregas. Some new recipes, if we didn't already have those, which I'm pretty sure I already got, because I have all of them. We can buy the liberal news here. Now, the Cornelia chapters, these are the only two I know that you can buy in this shop. After that, you're on your own. So we had some shop that sells weapons. There seems to be almost anything one can buy here at the Post Market, that's for sure. The sheer amount of stuff for sale is pretty overwhelming. Hey, it's Dorothy. Dorothy, is that you? Wow, look at all the stuff they're selling here. I'm getting a kink in my neck just turning my head to try and take it all out. She's so into her surroundings, it looks like she can't even hear you. Before we go to the Bracer Guild, there is a restaurant here. Good day to you and welcome to Antarose. Do you have a reservation? No? Is this a restaurant then? 'Tis as you say, yes. I am the manor lecturer. I attend to the restaurant's needs while the owner is away. Herein, the best quality ingredients and servers await you, amounting to the greatest dining experience of your life. I personally guarantee you will partake of our delicacies. You will emerge full and satisfied. Please come this way. I will gladly show you to a table. This guy has a lot of confidence in his restaurant, but I must admit, it certainly does look like a nice place. Yeah, but he's a little bit pushy, don't you think? I mean, when I see this place, my first thought is, ka-ching! We'd go broke if we ate here. It's certainly not cheap, that's for certain. If one wishes to stay for a full-course dinner, that required a bounty of 30 large monsters at a minimum to gather enough mira. Wow, yeah, not for me, thanks. That price, I'd rather go street vendor. Deep-fried palm on a stick, palms on a blanket. She was... Okay, so there is another bar. I didn't mean to talk to you. Shut up. 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 Jeez. Christ. Okay, yeah, so he's got another meal that we can grab. And two more things. And I think if we head up here... Is that here? No. I thought we saw Niall in here. He's somewhere. Alright, let's go to the Bracer Guild. Oh, Sherazard, you arrived a lot sooner than I expected. Appreciate you coming all the way from Lent. It's been a while, hasn't it, Legrand? Did someone tell you that we'd be coming ahead of time? Yeah, I received a call from Ina not long ago. That means you two kids are, these two kids you're with are Cassius's children. Yeah, that's it, right? It's nice to meet you, sir. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm Joshua Bright. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Legrand, and I oversee the Beauce region. Your father and I go way back. Just call me Legrand. Sure, we'll do that. That said, could you give us a quick update on the missing airliner incident? Yeah, Yes, about that. The Royal Army is still continuing its search. However, with the Army's current restriction on information, no public updates of the situation have been made. And not only has the general public have been kept in the dark, but the Guild hasn't heard a word either. Really? Why not? Aren't the Army and Guild supposed to be cooperating together? Well, that's the way it is on the surface anyway. But in actuality, there's a lot of opposition between both parties in a number of aspects. So pretty much what you're saying is a bunch of jurisdictional disputes, right? I hate to admit it, but that's the situation. In addition, General Morgan has gotten involved. Did you just say General Morgan? Great. Looks like things are going to be a pain. General Morgan? Who's that? He's famous for rebelling against the Imperial Army's invasion 10 years ago. You should have read about him. You should have read about him in the history books. Amazingly enough, I don't recall the name. So what's the big deal with this famous guy anyway? From what I heard, he's not the biggest fan of the Bracer Guild. Hates bracers, in fact. Seems he makes it a point to routinely assert that there's no need for a Bracer Guild. Sounds like a real whack job to me. So what you're saying is we're not getting any information because of this general? That's not really important at this moment. What really matters is that bracers are being prohibited from entering the regions they are investigating. Because of that, it's causing conflicts with other jobs. But we just came all the way here from Relent. If that's the way it's gotta be, then it's time to duel it out with the general to decide who gets to investigate the incident. You're talking like a crazy person, Estelle. Keep your cool, Bracer. There are other ways, such as the request we just received from the mayor concerning the incident. She has asked that we conduct an investigation from the guild side, separate from the army. Well, that's encouraging news. If it's an official request from the mayor, it would be a great pretext for us to conduct our own investigation. I see. Listen to this perfect timing. The Brown will accept the mayor's request. That sounds fine by me, but before you go, you two are junior bracers, right? Yeah, why? Junior bracers, so to speak, are members in training registered at various branches. In short, their performance is monitored by the branch where they are currently registered. And right now, for you two, that would be Relent. So what you're trying to say is that we have to change our registration if we want to accept jobs here, right? You've got it. Here, all you need to do is sign on these forms and transfer your registration. Sure. Our names go here, and Estelle and Joshua filled out the registration transfer forms. Alright, looks like everything is in order. Junior Bracers Estelle and Joshua. As of this day, at 1520, your registration at the Bosa branch has been approved. That means you are now members of the Bosa branch. So you know, once you become a senior bracer, you can do any job without being registered to a particular branch. But on the flip side, your duties and responsibilities increase as well. Understood. So pretty much we're still newbies. Well, it looks like now I'll be able to trust you with the mayor's request. The mayor's residence is near the west gate. You should go there and talk to her directly. I'll do that. Understood. Okay, so there's one on the East Coast Highway, trail behind a Revenue Village. Okay. And then what was the other one? I think I'm gonna buy now because I seem to be lacking a certain cooking ingredient. I used to. Please bring me tender poultry. I'm pretty sure I have that as well. Let's take a quick look. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, that sucks. I know how to get more, but I have to fight a specific enemy. So before we do anything else, like I said, I think there's like a hidden quest over here. too early. I thought it happens as soon as you enter here.
We're good to go. Piece of cake.
And there's so many enemies in these areas. It's like the worst part of these towers.
That's that then.
Oh shit, I forgot. That's not good.
We're good to go.
I can't believe I forgot about shared ornaments. Should probably do that. I forgot these guys are a little tough.
Piece of cake.
Got some chainmail, chest is empty because someone took keep the stuff out. You wouldn't have to know who did it, would you? Yeah, I kind of forgot there are some tougher enemies. Mostly like treasure chests because there's like some better gear in them. I think this is another one. Yeah. So the chest looks a little different. That means there's an enemy inside of it. But it's well worth doing because they end up having, if it's your first time playing, it tends to have some better gear. Okay, so yeah, I'm not seeing a point to come here. Get out of my... God damn it, I hate that so much.
Good to go.
Oh my goodness, stop! I hate these towers so much. It's my fault for coming here in the first place. I thought there was a quest here. We might have to wait a little bit for it to pop.
Oh, are we done already? already.
Oh, I hate this place so much. There, we should finally be out. I'm halfway tempted to throw on something, but at the same time, I need to do, I need to have a fight certain enemy. It's not worth doing yet.
Basic.
Hell.
We're good.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at our Bracer Guild book. We're not gonna be able to do that one right away. East Bose Highway, which should be this way? So we're just kind of keeping an eye out for a bigger monster. It's not him. No, not you. Pretty sure he doesn't move around. There we are. Nice. I actually didn't expect to hit all four. But I'll take that.
All right, we're good to go.
Okay, so the other monster we have to fight is in behind Ravenue Village. So we can do that very quickly too. And then the last quest that we have, I won't be able to do until we actually start making our way to... Actually, I might... Maybe. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the enemies I have to fight can't be accessed right now. Yeah, hold it right there. Locking gate is currently not permitted civilian passage to the checkpoint. Other personnel are not allowed past this point. Come on, it'll be alright if you let us through. No, it's not alright. The border garrison is putting all its efforts in searching for the missing airliner. We're not allowing anyone or anything to hinder the search. No intention to do anything of the sort. Bracers. You're just trying to tell us, so you're telling to tell us we can't pass either? Bracers. I can see that you're a bracer, but you're telling me that those kids are too? That's right. See the emblems? I see, but I'm sorry to inform you that even bracers are no exception. You heard the man. Now how about you move on and get out of here? But to change of tune, if with a little help from my staff. Forget it, Estelle. It won't be much use to us unconscious either. So let's hurry to boast. Yeah, so we gotta get the letter from the mayor first. And I'm pretty sure that's where I can get the tender poultry I need for the other quest. It's okay. We'll go do what we... Wait. Oh wait, north should be where the airship is, so we don't need to go to the airship. So we're looking for... Not looking for that.
Seems you came up short.
Anything that would lead us to Ravenue Village, or Ravenue, whatever it's called. Oh, wait.
Seems you.
Okay, so those birds drop it. Those birds drop it. Okay, they don't. Fuck. I wasn't paying attention.
Seems you came up short. So this is Ravenue Village, huh? Sure, it's a peaceful place. Look, there's an orchard. The village is known for its production of fruit. It's been used for, but it used to have a rich mining history. There's an old abandoned septium mine to the north of here. So you know a lot about this place. Have you been here before? Yeah, when I was trained to become a senior bracer. During that time, I covered the whole kingdom on foot without an airliner. Why? An airliner would have been so much more convenient. Airliners are certainly convenient, but they only go to the 5 major cities. If you get used to their convenience, your attention won't reach other places. You should first travel on foot and see the places you should protect with your own eyes. It's pretty much the way your father recommended we go about my training. Dad really said that? There's certainly a possibility that if an incident occurs in a place you're unfamiliar with, you'll end up getting there too late. Also, it'd be pretty advantageous to know the geography when chasing a criminal. That's exactly right. It'd be a good idea for you to take on that challenge if you have some time. Okay, so there's another general goods store here. I'm sure I have all of that. I think we need to speak to the mayor real quick. Actually, doesn't this act as like a... You might be the ones from the Bracer Guild? Did you see the request on the bulletin board? Yep, we sure did. This is wonderful. My name is Ryzen, and you could say that I'm the elder of this village. As I'm sure you're already aware, there's a vicious monster roaming the trail behind the village. So do you know what kind of monster has taken residence in the area? No, I don't think anyone has gotten a good look at the thing. However, it may be one of which lies to wait for its prey. When the mine was active years ago, this type of monster often appeared and harassed the workers. I see, so it lies in wait, huh? It's going to be a bit of a pain to find then. So we're going to have to hit the trail and see if we can find out where it's hiding. If the mine was abandoned and people stopped going up that way, we had believed that the monster had gone into slumber. So why in the world is one appearing now? It's almost time for us to begin planting saplings this year. As a way to keep the village from worrying, I had Figaro standing guard at the gate and told anyone else about the monster. Please exterminate the monster as soon as you can. Alright, so we just go back here. I'm sorry, but you can't go beyond this point. I shouldn't be telling you this, but there's been some rumors going around there's a vicious monster out there on the trail behind the village. Yeah, we already talked to the village elder about it. Really? So that means you're with the Bracer Guild. Yep, that's right. Oh, man, it's a good thing you're here. The season of planting saplings is almost upon us. It would help a lot if you could exterminate the monster before things get really busy around here. Anyway, be cautious out there. So I'm just going to track this guy down. And that's probably going to be it for today. Actually in the direction of the abandoned mine. Oh my god, that's so annoying that they can do that. I don't want to fight every single monster.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Max, it scared the heck out of me. I didn't expect a monster to pop out like that. Looks like it followed the sound of our footsteps and attacked us. It was caught us completely off guard, too. It attacked one of the villagers. Who knows what might have happened. It's a good thing we took care of it before anyone else ran into it. Agreed. We should get back and report to the village elder. Right. Alright, so that's been done. Let's get out of here. You guys. Just felt some kind of tremor, so the monster came out after all, did it? We took care of it, too. You serious? Yeah, I considered the monster exterminated. It was a bit feisty, but not a problem in the end. Thank Adios. This is wonderful news. It would have been a real mess if we had monster trolls pop up any later. I'll hurry and let the village elder know. You guys really did us a favor. There's not much to say in this village, but please enjoy the relaxing atmosphere. I'll do that, thanks. I think we also have to talk to the elder as well. Oh, it's you young bracers again, is it? I heard the news. You exterminated the monster in the trail behind the village, did you? Yes, we did it somehow, I guess. It's pretty tough in the end. It looks like you'll be able to plant our saplings this year without any more worries. I'm really grateful to you all. You don't have much to offer. Please know that you are always welcome here. We appreciate that, sir. Okay. So that's going to be the last thing I do today. We'll turn that in next time. Kind of glad we didn't have any issues. I didn't have to replay this part again. But, then we'll get started on the post region quest.